Patricia is one of our newest members in the Toastmasters Club. One of the things you probably don't know about her, that she has lived a rather unusual life.
Ah.
Sit back and enjoy learning more about Patricia as she presents her icebreakers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Patricia.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who am I and how did I get here? Those are not easy questions to answer. However, a wise man once said, we cannot know where we're going until we first know where we've been. Mm-hmm. So let me start with my roots. I grew up in Winnipeg. It's the 7th biggest city in Canada. It is known for its flat terrain, its cold weather, and its high crime rate. But that's just a rumor. We have a joke about Winnipeg. It goes like this. The best thing about Winnipeg is it's so flat that for 3 days you can see your dog running away. My early life in Winnipeg was rather ordinary. I grew up with a brother 1.5 years older than myself and 2 parents. As I look through my life, there are 2 main interests that have spanned the decades of my existence. They are my interest in sports and my interest in other cultures. In my early years in Winnipeg, I indulged in lots and lots of sports. If there was a sport, I was actively involved. From cross-country skiing to basketball and baseball to rugby to soccer, everything. I was very good at ice hockey, and I think I scored the most number of goals on my team, but I also obtained the most number of penalties. I obtained a lot of ribbons and trophies for my sports accomplishments, but I think my greatest victory was being able to beat my older brother at anything.
You're here.
I tried to transcend him. I played sports up until I went to university. So at 17 years of age, I went to the University of Manitoba, and 4 years later became a pharmacist. Very shortly after graduation, I embarked on my second passion, which is learning about other cultures. So I would work for a couple of years in Canada as a pharmacist and periodically take off time and travel and do volunteer work in underdeveloped nations. I have traveled to Korea, Japan, Honduras, Mexico, a little bit of Africa, some Asian nations. And I love to learn about other cultures, but what often happens is there can be misunderstandings. Case in point, I was in the Philippines. I was working with a medical team, and I was part of the triage. There were many, many people all around me, and I spied this man with a little infant in his arms. I wanted him to come near me, so I gestured to him as such. There was no response. I gestured again to him. No response. A third time, I gave the hand motion. And then very slowly, he started to walk towards me, but I could see he was rather uncomfortable. That night, I asked my Filipino friend, what happened? And she told me that in the Philippines, if you want somebody to come to you, you use this motion of the hand. In the Philippines, you never use this motion. It's a grave insult. That's the way they call dogs and prostitutes.
Oh, no.
Well, I enjoyed my traveling, but as with all things, it must come to an end eventually. So I decided to settle down. I checked out New Zealand, Australia, and eventually settled here in America, Orlando to be exact.
Here, here.
I came to Orlando for the warm weather and to indulge in my primary sports passion, tennis.
Yes.
Yes. However, I soon found out that Orlando is very ethnically diverse, and this greatly delighted me because now when I want to indulge in my two greatest passions, all I have to do is pick up a tennis racket, hit a few balls, and ask my opponent a few ethnic questions. So that's how I got here. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. However, as a footnote, 2 weeks ago I obtained my U.S. permanent resident card, and that allows me to stay here permanently in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very happy about this because after traveling to many countries around the world, I've long since come to the conclusion, United States of America, there's no place I'd rather be.
Oh, wow.